Whenever you're ready.
All right, and Shalom.
Shalom.
We are the real Hebrew Israelites, come out to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible. We teach you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you're the Lord's chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, across the God. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone camps, for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm the brother Amawan.
The brother Makab.
And today I want to speak about the things that would come, the things that are coming, you know, when the end is near. When the end of the world is near, the things that would come. Because the disciples, they asked Yahushai, what are the things to come when the end is near? And go to Luke 2 and 11. Luke 21 and 11.
You said 21 and 11?
Yeah.
Luke 21 and 11, it says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven."
Yeah, so these are some of the things that would come. And the chapter says things to come. And
the name of the chapter itself, right?
Yeah, the name of the chapter. Starting at Luke 21 and 10, that's when it starts. But right here, it started with, it said great earthquakes. And I had got a notification. That there was an earthquake 200 miles away from where I was at, you know, and I live in the valley, so there's really not that many earthquakes in the valley. You know, we don't feel earthquakes like how they have in the mountains, you know, because the earthquakes are mainly in the mountains. You know, they're not really in the valleys.
Yeah, because we probably just feel maybe even like an aftershock though, but even at that, we don't really like feel it though. It's rare though.
It's mostly like in the bigger cities.
Yeah, you know? Like LA and San Francisco and all them places. That's when they hit though, you know, because you got that San Andreas fault. You know what I'm saying? I think it's that whole from the north right of California all the way down to the south. Because I know it passes. Because I'm over here, I'm gonna live over there in Coalinga. And there's like going up the hills or going out there. There's a place called Parksville, and it's literally like right there. So like we're close by though. I'm close by though. You know what I'm saying though? Like it's literally like right there, like 15 minutes away from Coalinga though. So that fault goes through there. It's a place called Parksville, which is like it's like an old school like what would you call it though? Like an old town though. Like you go up there in like the hills. You know what I'm saying? It has like the taverns, you go to sleep though, wake up, breakfast and diner type shit, you know? Yeah. So it's literally like it's not even that. If you think about it, it's not even that far from here. That fault, it's literally passes through Parkfield though, you know? Yeah. And you know how to say if that San Andreas falls, there goes, you know?
Yeah. And that's the great earthquake. You know, that's going to be a great earthquake because. When you look up the definition for, when you look up the magnitude, because the definition for magnitude is the great size or extent of something. You know, the size, the great size of it. And when there's big earthquakes, when the big one hits, that's going to be a great earthquake. Mm-hmm. And then also too, when it says in diverse places, you look up diverse, and diverse means in the city.
Oh, okay. So that's because you notice that this year, last year, there's been a lot of earthquakes happening out there in those islands, though. You know, like the Philippines and I think Thailand, but Malaysia and like all them places, though. There was just a flood that happened over there in Indonesia. A big ass flood though that killed I think it was 1,000 or something like that. Not too long ago. There was like a flood that happened though.
Yeah. There's gonna be earthquakes where there hasn't been, before, because it says in an inhabited place, as a city or village. The earthquakes are coming to the villages now.
So like it's places that never hit before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it also says various places. Different parts.
And out here in Cali, it's known that we're known to have earthquakes though, man. So there's probably gonna be places like earthquakes happening out there, like probably in the East Coast or something. Because I believe the East Coast is not out there is not known for them to have earthquakes as much as out here in the valley though. And like I don't know if Texas though, like all these different states though that get the hurricanes and storms though, they don't get earthquakes as much as like we do over here in the Pacific though, So imagine they're out there, they never felt an earthquake before in their life though, and they start feeling one and shit, they're gonna probably trip the hell out, Cause I remember my first earthquake when back in I think it was 2003, I was like 13 years old, and I ain't gonna lie, that shit felt weird. I'm like, what the fuck's happening though? I thought I was tripping though, but. It was a weird experience though, man. So imagine. I mean, I can't tell you though. You just got to experience it to know how an earthquake feels though. The whole earth just moving and you're like, oh shit, So it freaks people out though, man. Like it does though, So imagine it happening to some people though that has never experienced that before, and they're experiencing it though, man. It'd probably be some motherfuckers that probably get earthquakes. I mean, heart attacks to that shit.
Not too long ago, there was like a thunder that was rolling by.
You talking about the one you told me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We heard over here too.
Yeah, it was like a loud ass thunder.
You said it sounded like an explosion, right? Or you said it sounded like an explosion, right?
Yeah.
So that shit must have hit.
Like boom, big ass fucking. I think that shit rattled my house.
The windows?
Yeah.
It must have been that same one that passed through because it was like 4 in the morning, something like that. The windows was just shaking, like boom, like the thunder, the sound, the vibe, the frequency of it though, just shaking the windows, like oh shit,
I thought it was, I think it was some lightning too.
That hit though, right? That must have hit somewhere, huh?
Lightning hit. So we're getting near the end because there's being more there's earthquakes every day.
That's been happening though, because
Like
you got that app right too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just hear like you see the earthquakes literally on there though, Yeah. And we're saying though, like there's been a lot of earthquakes in these islands though, like the Philippines and Thailand and like out there, man. They've been getting the tsunamis out there and shit, And well, because we're in those times though, like this brother speaking though, we're in those times, man. Places are getting earthquakes happening in diverse places though, these different places though that you didn't, and that's where we're at right now. I mean, you can't say we're not on those times though, because it says right here, and famines. Now we're just telling this brother though, they just closed down Denny's and I-5 though, and that's just been there for years, man. I know people that been working in that place though for like years though. Now they don't got a job. That Denny's was like a well-known spot that people would hit, and that shit, I think they already closed down. They already closed down.
And then I also put there's a 6.0 magnitude earthquake. Dangerous, because that earthquake that I seen on my notification, it was a 5.9.
Close to 6 though.
Yeah,
close to 6.
So I put is a 6.0 dangerous, and it said yes, a 6.0 earthquake can be dangerous. It can cause significant damage, injuries, even fatalities, especially in areas with poorly constructed buildings due to strong shaking and aftershocks.
Yeah.
Poor buildings,
Like that would be considered a poor building, right? That earthquake that heavy. If it hit direct right here, though, that building will probably go down. Look at how that shit looks, though.
Like the ghettos,
They got the old buildings on.
Yeah.
Yeah. bro, back in I think it was 83, right? It was back in 1983. There was an earthquake, and it was a known earthquake that happened in Coalinga. That shit destroyed fucking the town, bro. It destroyed the town though. So when cause that's where I live, right? So when I'll be driving through, right, and you see like these empty lots though. So it was cause let me see the cause the let me research the how big was the earthquake there, Just how big was the earthquake in 1983 in Coalinga, California? And I'm telling you, like this earthquake though, it was known though, like I'm talking about, like it even made it. This earthquake made even Bay Area news though. You know what I'm saying though? And cause even my mom's boyfriend at the time, he lived in Visalia, and he was one of them that helped. He was one of them that went to Coalinga and helped with the rubble and shit like that, So let me say it again though. 1983 earthquake, Coalinga. Let's just saying I'm offline. Yeah, and you see the aftermath though, because there'll be like a business, right? And next to it, it'll be like empty lot like this, like that. And you're like, what the hell? Was there something there, like next to this building though? You know what I'm saying though? And it was weird though, and things like that though. So and things though. So that's what I'm saying though. Like it was oh, it says 1984 though. Oh, okay. Let me see because it did its damage though. You know what I mean? Like it did its damage though. And then also we're and the ICBM missiles, man. Oh, the ICBM missiles are gonna. Oh, see, bro, look it was on the Richter of 6.7, bro. That earthquake that happened in Coalinga in the 1983, yeah, it was a 6.7 though, and it knocked buildings down, bro. It knocked buildings. I'll show you right now. Look at the images though. Look at, bro, and those are the damage though it did though. Look at the damage it did though. Knocked those houses down though. It knocked houses down though, man. You know what I'm saying though? And my woman's parents though, they live at a house that survived that earthquake. They're actually standing though, and that should look like if there were an earthquake that happened like that, that shit would fall down though, So like it did devastating the, look at that, bro. Like it just knocked business down though. Look at that. And that was a 6.7 though. And if it weren't for that earthquake though, Coalinga would have been a bigger. It probably would have been as big as Lemoore, or probably bigger though. But because that earthquake happened though, literally Coalinga had to start from the bottom all the way to the top again though. You know what I'm saying though? But that earthquake, there was devastating effect though, that it just slowed down Coalinga from becoming even more bigger though. But can I show you real quick that damage though? Because look at that was a 6.7 right there, and look at all that damage it did though. And you said what? It was a 6, right? Or what was it? Almost a 6?
Yeah, 5.9.
But look, it's not that much away from this. Look at all destroyed those houses, bro. And I see though, and it destroyed. It fucked up shit, man.
Because the difference between a 6.0 and a 7.0, it says it's 32 times more energy and it's 10 times stronger.
Oh shit, a 7?
Yeah. 7.0 is 10 times stronger than a 6.0.
Man.
So every time it moves up a notch, it's 10 times stronger.
Yeah.
So imagine an 8 or a 9. A 10 is done.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be. See, buy this.
But an 8 or a 9,
they're done though. You best believe you better not be inside somewhere though. If even like you better be like out out here, in the open, real open though. You're probably gonna go crazy though, because one time I was at the park playing basketball and there was an older gentleman though, and he was telling me the history though, and he told me that when that earthquake happened in 1983, and like no one died though, I believe 5 people got hurt, right? But still, like I think that they were able to like feel it though, and they were able to like run out of the houses and shit, right? Because it happened though. This old gentleman, right? He was old though, you know, he was like in his 70s though, you know. So he experienced that earthquake that happened in Kalinga. He said that he was at the old Mart. That he said next, I guess he was like in the back though, getting to get some milk though, and he said all of a sudden like he seen like the, you know, that lights though, you know, like going, like they're hanging lights, they're going like that, and he was like, what the hell, you know? So he was just, and then he said he noticed people running out the store, you know, and he was like, what the fuck's wrong with these people, you know? And he's like, oh, as he was walking out though, he was like, what the hell, where's everyone going though? So he kind of went with the flow with it of what's going on. So he said that he went outside, and he said that he remembers seeing the street though, like rolls.
Oh, shit.
Like rolls and shit. So he was like, what the fuck? So he was like, oh shit. So that's when he knew like, oh, there's an earthquake happening right now, literally. Because that earthquake, happened to them like just randomly though. You know, they weren't people on that day didn't expect that earthquake to happen to them, you know? So it was just like, it just happened all of a sudden, like how Yahweh Shai is coming, all of, like suddenly, you know? So he said that he seen the streets, and this was like 6, like I said, it's 6.7 though. And the streets were like this, bro, like rows, like waves. The cars, you can see the cars like that in the parking lot, like that. He said he could see the cars like that. So imagine an 8 point something, bro. And it did all that damage though, what I showed in the picture though. Because I thought when I was younger, I thought it was like a 8 point something though. You know what I mean? But there's like nah, it was it was more less than that, because they told me if it was an 8 point something, there would have been no Kalinga there. That shit would have been done, you know? So it wasn't even that though. So it was a 6 point something, which makes sense though, you know? Makes sense though of the mad damage though, because if it was more like a 7 or 8, I know that day people would have died though in Kalinga though, you know? But like I said, like the effects of it though, he remember it kind of fucked with them mentally though, you know, for a while. Because he seen that shit and felt it, you know? So, earthquakes ain't no joke, man.
Because the tectonic plates.
When they hit, right?
Yeah.
When they hit.
Collide,
yeah.
So they build stress that gets released as quakes. And it usually happens in the mountain, where the rocks are.
That's why them islands be getting them tsunamis, though, huh? Because it's always on the Pacific, though, man, that the earthquakes be happening and shit.
The Himalayas and the Alps and the Andes.
Their places get hit, though, hard, huh?
Yeah.
Out there in the islands, though, man, the people be getting hit over there harder, though.
So read that one again.
11?
Yeah.
Luke 21:11, it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
The next one is famine.
Famines.
Yeah. So famine, it means destitution, and destitution means poverty, which means, there's going to start being poverty, which is poor. America's going to start becoming poor.
Well, last month, remember they had the food stamps when they cut them off.
Yep. The food stamps got cut off.
Look how are people reacting though.
Yep. See, you give our people, the devil gives our people, a piece of bread, and then they want what the devil has,
Yep.
They go to the devil for what he has.
Yeah, because that's part of the curses, though, that we have to go to our, I believe in Deuteronomy, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the curse, that we have to go to our adversaries for this and that, though,
Yeah.
That's the curse, though. I don't know how people don't see, like, within our people, right? Like, I don't know how they not see that. The fact that we have to go to our adversary to get this, to get that, even, like, food and clothes, like I don't, you know what I mean? Because if it was Jake, though, Jake would have started making clothes for just us specifically, you know damn well the devil will shut that down though. Try to do something to sabotage that business though. You know, this devil doesn't want us to have anything though. He wants our people to go to him though, and that's what our people do though. You know?
Yeah, because the president, he knows that America's in debt. You know, so that's why he's trying to make these tariffs, trying to save money.
Yeah.
You know. So look at the debt clock. You know, the debt clock, it never stops.
Just keeps going. It's like it looks. When his brother showed me though, I'm like, what is this? A clock or something? It just keeps going. You know.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? A clock though?
Yeah.
No, it's a clock, right though, but it's a debt clock.
Yeah. It's just, it keeps sinking. You know. Keeps going down.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna go up. It's never gonna get paid. That debt is never gonna get paid. The only way is destruction.
You owe us money though. Shit, you know what we got to do, right? You know.
That's the only way is to pay back the blood that they spilled.
I was gonna say blood, yeah. And it's righteous too though, because how is it that you murder our people though? You put you put the Southern Kingdom in slavery. You killed Gad. You took a big portion of Issachar's land. You know what I'm saying? You did it through death, blood, murder, theft. You know, all these things though, man. And what, you think that you have a clean slate though? Like you have a clean slate all of a sudden though? You know? And that's the thing, you know, because even in the scripture it talks about where you shed blood, that it should be done into you. And guess what? It is going to be done into you, but by the ICBM missiles and the angels, though, man. So you did it. You think that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you think that you could do it and get away, though? So guess what? You shed the blood for our people, not just any other random people. Like it was us, though. It was our Israelites, though. You don't think that's just going to get done to you, though? So whatever you rip, like, it's going to happen to you, too, though. But through the ICBM missiles and through the, people that you owe money to, man.
Yeah, because how can the heathen shed the blood of the Israelites and still get saved?
Right? Like these two idiots from Genesis.
Yeah.
You fucking, oh man, they're fucking stupid, man. And then they get all butthurt, like, oh, they put curses. Oh, I this and that. Well, it's right though. It's right. It's okay to put curses. King David did it though. We're not saying we're King David though, but I'm saying that he did it though.
And if you're righteous, then the curses won't fall upon you. You know?
Yeah, you right? Right? If you're so righteous though, right? So nothing's gonna happen to you. You know? Nothing's gonna touch your hair, nothing though. Like, you got that protection over your head though. Guess what? You good though, man. You know? I think that those two knuckleheads got scared though, because they know underneath though, like GMS has the truth though. They know the apostles have the truth though. So I feel like underneath though, I'm speaking as a man, they're scared, bro. I feel like they're scared though, because the apostles put the curse on them dudes though, and they know in their heart though, they know, like, what I'm saying, these are the true men though, but they just not gonna admit it though, for whatever reason though, But I feel like they're scared though. That's the reason why they said that though, because if it was just whatever's though, they wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that they said that though. But the fact that they acknowledged it and said something about putting curses on them though, it's like, so nigga, now you scared, nigga? Like, what are you scared of, nigga? Right? You're a man of the Lord, right? Nigga, you brought that up though? Shit.
Just put curses back, That's it.
And it's gonna be that whole thing with Elijah and those Baal. What's it called? Remember when they had the who's the real true worshiper though, and the fire came down though? Elijah and the Baal worshipers though. Like, all right, we'll see who's the real, the true power, You guys are fucking Baal worshipers, man.
You're gonna see who's standing at the end,
Yeah.
So going back to famine, so look at America. Everybody's complaining. All these Americans are complaining that they're not getting enough to live their life.
Right? Yeah, their wicked ass life. Yeah.
So that's That's where the famine comes in. That's where the poverty comes in.
Food prices the highest the area's been in the whole,
That's right.
this whole time though. Food, they're bro, it's expensive though.
It's expensive.
You spending like $300 though, $400 though, easily though.
Even the fast food is expensive. You know?
Yeah. You gotta pay more than 20. I think you probably have to pay like more than $20 though, bro. If let's say you take a girl out on a date or something though, and it's you and her, damn well you're gonna spend more than $20 nowadays.
That's right.
Even if you probably hit a McDonald's and shit or a Burger King though, or whatever the case be though, you're gonna spend, if you taking a girl, whatever though, or even your kids though, you're gonna spend probably, if you eating and they're eating though, you're gonna spend more than $20 easily though. I remember back then, younger though, like it was, I don't spend any more than that shit though, bro. You know what I'm saying though? It wasn't that much though. Me and this brother worked at a fast food restaurant though, and I remember like if you were gonna spend something on yourself, it'd be less than $10 easy, for like the meal, like just the meal, Now the meal, if you're gonna eat by yourself, the meal with the drink and the fries, whatever you get though, and extra shit, you're gonna pay more than $10. And this is fast food though. So imagine these other places though. We were just talking about Denny's though. That Denny's was decent though, enough though. Like it was good though, but like it wasn't like like the best though. But you were able to. It was affordable at least though. It was like a diner. You walk in, people been to Denny's, brothers been to Denny's, it's like a diner type restaurant though. But you were able to afford it though. But I think it got more expensive though. It got more expensive though, so I feel like people just stopped pretty much going to Denny's. Like, bro, like. And then the last time me and my woman went though, it's been more than a couple years. Last time we went to Denny's though, that shit wasn't even that good. And I was like, man, I paid this much for this fucking shit that wasn't even good though. And that's the last. Like it was that bad of not being so good that we never went afterwards, bro. And look, it's closing now.
Because they don't have the same cooks. The cooks they don't care.
They're just there for a paycheck, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like before.
Shit, before they go and do the food though, they're probably not even using the same food. Probably using some different type of material food though. You too, damn well. In this economy, they're like, hey man, we can't be using this real meat though, or we can't be using this real, let's go, let's get this and that though. I seen a video that there was a dude, and it's like back of a restaurant in an alley. It looked like though he was fucking breaking the steak though. This motherfucker had a ribs though, right? A ribs though. Motherfucker was in the back though. He just had a cardboard and he was breaking the fucking pan. This was like a restaurant, fancy restaurant. And I guess dude, because the guy that recorded him was on top of a building somewhere though, So the dude that was breaking the ribs though on the ground, he didn't see dude from the top though. You know what I'm saying? So this guy was in the back of the restaurant thinking that no one was seeing or watching though, and this motherfucker was back. And then this is the same ribs that they were gonna serve the people though, But they were just frozen. He was just breaking it though, the ribs though, like a ribs though. Motherfucker was like, and the dude that was on top was just recording him like, what the fuck, man? This guy's over here breaking ribs though, and he's gonna cook it and just serve it to the people in this restaurant right here, So it's shit like that makes you wonder, like, man, what the hell does really go on,
Because now they have what's called 3D printing.
Oh, the meat, right?
Yeah.
That shit looks crazy though.
You could straight print out food, copy food and print it out,
Yeah, I've seen that shit though.
That's how they make food faster,
And now at the fast food restaurants though, they like we're talking about things that are also going like more digital, because you walk in though, you don't even have to talk to the cashier though, you just go in and it's like a screen though, and you just type in what you're gonna get though, and you pay with your card, and you don't even have to talk to the cashier no more. Crazy, huh? Yeah. And then like you put in your order and everything though, and they call your name or number though, and you just pick up your food. You don't even have to talk to the cashier no more though. And they just, like, I think you put up a video too about the penny though. They're not making more pennies no more.
Yeah, the penny's gone.
The penny's gone.
It's dead.
Yeah. Esau was like, this is the last penny.
It's not coming back. We're not gonna be like, oh, let's make some more pennies again.
Right. And that's a sign right there.
Yeah.
Didn't they tell you like about the signs though?
They're gonna slowly do away with the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, money system.
Because I had gone to the supermarket though, and the lady was like, "Oh, you paying cash or card though?" Well, I'm paying with the card though. And she's like, "Oh, okay, good." Because I had to tell people that we're no more pennies though. We don't got no more pennies though, and some people like want their exact change back. You know what I'm saying, when they're paying though. But I'm telling them, hey, we got no pennies though. So what do you think that's gonna lead to more? Yeah. Oh, okay, well, we're gonna have to get a credit card, or a card though, right? A debit card or a card. You know what I'm saying though? So if you're one of those people though that that you're gonna have to use the card now, you're literally gonna have to use the card now.
Then they're gonna do away with the dollar bill.
Yeah, that'll be the next thing.
No more dollar bills.
No more money though. No more money and shit though. And you people don't see that as a sign though. Like this world is going digital, and you don't see that as a sign. And the brothers been talking about this time to come though, man. You know what I'm saying though?
No, we just been waiting.
Yeah.
Patiently waiting.
You brothers been, it's, man, you guys brothers been though, From the apostles and elders and down though, been waiting though. I mean, I can imagine the apostles though, man, the elders too though. You know what I'm saying though? Brothers been waiting and waiting though, I'm pretty new to this. I'm pretty new though, but man, like, shit, like I feel like every year it's just taking long though, When you come into the truth though, you get vexed of the things that you see, and it's like, damn, man, like being in that Lot spirit though, man, like fuck, feeling vexed though. So I couldn't imagine like these brothers though too, like brothers already going on like a decade on this though, right?
Almost a decade.
Yeah, you guys are going on a decade already though. And so pushing the truth though, pushing the word, never changed up though. You brothers never said, oh, this heathens may be saved on the ship too though. Kept the same doctrine and everything though. Brothers been pushing on 10 years though, man. And still coming out here and everything though. And because this brother's what's it called? Consistency. Like I said, I always share the story though, be bringing it up though. Like I was on YouTube though, you know what I'm saying? I see this brother's your one of your camp videos recommended to me. I'm like, oh shit, he's still out there, So that's when I clicked in though, watched the video, and then that's when I got your number, reconnected again though, So if it wasn't for this brother's consistency coming out doing the work though, I would never probably even be here. No, not even probably, I wouldn't be here though. So you gotta think, man, the consistency of prophesying though, it does pay out though, man. It does though, you know what I mean? The works though, like it says in Hebrews the 6th chapter, the Lord will not forget your works though, Keep pushing though, you know what I mean? Because look at these brothers been pushing though, Hey, we don't got a whole camp though, but guess what though? At least, this brother and the other brother, Kawak though, they got a fruit, which is me though. At least they got, you know what I mean? And I'm proud of these brothers though, man. You know what I'm saying though? Because they stay consistent though. So the fact that, yeah, we don't got a whole 10 brothers though, or you know what I'm saying though? And sometimes we brothers can make it to camp though. Sometimes we can't though. But the fact that we're at least being able to perform though and come to camp though, when it's like being able to, so, hey bro, that it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. So as long as we're able to come out and do things like that though, hey, that's good though. Because like I said, because today, I was gonna have it now, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use my woman's. I see my woman's van had gas though. I'm like, I'm gonna use my woman's van though today, And then I asked this brother like, oh, I don't know if you want to do today, like Sunday, camp. Those brothers said, yeah. I'm like, okay, brother. Well, that's how the spirit works though, man. Sometimes you can, you can't.
I mean, why not? I mean, if you're able to come out here, if you're not sick, if you don't got no diseases,
come out, yeah. Yeah. You have enough, you got gas to make it out though. Why not? Because we know, as brethren and brother Kawak too, if we can make it out, we'll make it out to camp though. Trust me though. It's in a spirit to come out to camp though, And sometimes things happen where you don't have gas though, or you can sometimes get sick though, Or sometimes, hey, they put you to work that day on camp. They just, you know, Satan all of a sudden puts you to work that day at camp though. It just things that happen though. But with us though, brother, like we want to come out to camp every week out, you know? This the only time we could be Superman though, you know? Because then we go back to being Clark Kent, you know? And that sucks though, because 6 days out of the week gotta be Clark Kent. And then 1 day out of the week we be Superman though, you know? You know what I'm saying though? And then the thing is though is, when I come with these brothers though, you know, I don't get to see these brothers though, man. I haven't seen this brother like in 3 weeks though, because of my situation, but that's my situation though, you know? But when there was an open opportunity to come out to camp with a brother, I'm gonna take that shit, man. Like, hey, bro, when camp goes, let's camp goes. I'm able to, you know, and things like that. And so, like I said in my other video, like if I live closer to the brother in though, man, you know damn well I'll be there with the brother in camping though. But the Lord has me when I'm out there though for a reason though, you know, so for whatever reason though, you know. And this brother comes out of work though, and he comes out here, bro. And I remember when I was working at that piece of shit job though, fucking, you know, Harris though, as fucking gardener. I remember we were doing Thursdays, and I would get off work though, and I'd go straight to Lemoore, bro. After I got off work though, you don't remember though. So it'll be Thursdays at 2 though. Come straight to Lemoore to do camp though. And I was doing that over a year though, you know. So like I said though, so it was not that I don't want to though, but it's just that sometimes this shit happens though, you know. And trust me, there is times where I was, you know, like how this brother gets out of work though, and he's tired though, man. So I know how that feels though, you know. And I appreciate this brother too, at least coming out though after working though, because I know how that feels, getting off work and going to camp though, you know. So you want to talk about a real soldier though? He's soldier right here, man. You know what I'm saying though? Like a real soldier though, like motherfuckers. You don't come, and then right now it's cold though. Yeah.
Some Israelites don't like to come out in the cold.
Oh no, they're seasonal Israelites. And the apostles were just talking about this yesterday, though, you know, about like they come out in the cold though, and it's like being like soldiers though, you know, you got to come out in the cold.
How you expect to survive, you know? How you expect to survive if you're not training? You know?
Right. And how you're speaking about the famine too, right? People ain't fasting though. So when that shit hits, bro, what do you think those people are gonna do? What are they gonna do?
I never fasted before.
What the hell is up? They don't even know what a fast is.
Yeah.
Like I gotta run?
Yeah. I gotta walk fast.
I gotta walk fast? Yeah.
Yeah, see?
So imagine if that shit, he just hits, boom.
Oh, too, because I was watching that movie called The Gray.
The Gray. It sounds familiar though.
Because their plane exploded.
The wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, dude from Taken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's a badass movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've barely seen it.
Yeah, that's a badass movie though.
And the plane exploded in the snow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's bad though.
They had to survive the fucking snow. You know, and there was a pack of wolves that were following them the whole time. Mm-hmm. So fuck, imagine that.
And that's horrible, bro. Like to be stranded in somewhere where it's snowing though. Even when it's like a desert, you get stranded in the desert. Oh man, that's horrible. But even in the snow too.
It was like a blizzard, like hella windy too. You know, cold ass wind.
Yeah.
Their beard was all frosty.
Like frosty, right? Yeah. Icicles and shit.
Yeah.
Like, not icicles, but it was just they look like icicles.
Some dude died. A couple people died.
Well, all of them died.
They all died.
They all died because at the end he came into the ultimatum where he was gonna fight that wolf, right?
Yeah.
And then it didn't show the fight, right? I think it just
at the end.
Yeah.
After the credits and all that, it showed. But
oh really?
It showed that he was lying on the wolf, but the wolf was like breathing. But I don't know if he was alive though.
Oh no shit! I thought I never seen. Oh okay.
Yeah, it was at the end of the credits.
I didn't see that though, because I remember I watched that movie a long time ago. But I just remember I didn't see the credits. I just remember he was just gonna fight the wolf, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was gonna fight him.
And then I think it was the end of the movie though.
But then after the end, then it shows him just laying there on top of the wolf.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so who knows then?
I don't know though if he was alive though. But the wolf was alive. He was breathing.
He was breathing though?
The wolf was breathing.
Oh no shit.
But they were both down though. I don't know.
Imagine how that fight went, huh?
Yeah. There was never a part 2, huh?
It just stayed the gray. Yeah, just one though. Cause that movie came out a long time ago, bro. I remember when it really came out though. I think it's been years though. I had forgot about that movie too though. But I remember it was a badass movie though, cause I seen it with my uncle though. We were watching it though, at his apartment though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he was a soldier, cause the rest of the people, cause it was other people, then they all died though.
Yeah.
They all died though, and it was just him though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had the training.
All right, yeah, cause he wasn't he something though or not? He just had training.
I think it was like an X something.
Oh, okay. But he had, like his brother going to, he had training though, so he got into a situation where
he knew what to do because he was the one that led the crew. You know.
He was the leader, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how they say the strongest survive though.
Yeah. Only the strong survive.
Only the strong survive. Shit. And that's the thing too, because he were out of Jacob's trouble though, and what, you don't think it's not at its full force though, Jacob's trouble though, but it's gonna get there. In the scriptures, it talks about a time like never before. I'll get that in Daniel's 12th chapter. So bro, imagine, sometime it was worse than the 70 siege of Rome when the Nero blaming the Israelites though. World War I happened, World War II, the Vietnam War. Worse than that. You know what I'm saying though? Worse of situation that's going on in Africa and shit. You know, the kids starving and all this shit. Worse than that, imagine.
Worse than 9/11.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you fucking Edomites remember that though every year, right? Yeah. And you know what? And this year, you guys already have forgotten about 9/11 because no one even puts it out there like that no more. Remember? I think were we camping on 9/11 really on that day this year? And I think I even told you, bro, I was like, hey, today's 9/11, isn't it? You know? Like, motherfuckers don't even remember. Even the old Edomites don't remember about that shit. Let me get, Daniel's, Daniel's 12 and 2, because it's talking about, Jacob's trouble, though. Oh, no, 1 actually, it's like it. And Daniel's 12 and 1, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, Israelites, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. See, there was a nation even to that same time, and the time thy people shall be delivered. So it's not talking about back then though.
Yeah, because everything is going to happen in the end, All the tribulation. Yeah,
because it says, and there shall be a time of trouble. Yeah. Come on now. Jacob's trouble, yeah. Because I even get it on this passage study Bible. Sometimes it goes off, but sometimes it's on point on certain things, right? So I'll get it in the, because it breaks it down. It breaks down the precepts, though. It's a good good source, though. It's a good source, though. See, look at. So I put it. Break down the precept, right? It says trouble. It says down here. I should say the time of trouble is coming, which will be worse than any the world has ever seen. You see, the Lord was Yahweh Shai warned about it in Matthew 24 and 21, and that's another precept. With the time of trouble, see? So the time of trouble is coming, which will be worse than any world has ever seen. That's what it literally says right here. See? Even this is on point. Even this source is on point about that. See? Why don't your pastors and priests talk about this time, though? The time that this brother's lesson's about.
That's right. It's a time to get ready. It's not time to play songs and dance.
Right? Which the apostles were saying too, that the nightclubs the nightclubs are no, you know what I mean? No one goes to the nightclubs no more. And they said something else too though, that people don't go no more.
Hip-hop's done.
Oh yeah. Because now you got these little ass niggas, drill rappers and shit. You got these little drill rappers that murder this and kill this and that. You think fucking bitches want to dance to that? You know what I'm saying? Even the OGs in the game though, like you know what I'm saying, they knew that they do the rap stuff though, but at the same time they had a like a soft song for the girls and shit. Cause Tupac even did that. Tupac was even like, you know, you gotta make music for the niggas, you gotta make music for the bitches. Tupac said that, you know. So even the people, the rappers from back then, they knew how to work the system. Yeah, we gotta make music for the niggas, and we gotta make music for the radio station though, you know. Because when you listen to Big Pun, right? You know, Big Pun, you know, he's like top 10 MCs for me personally. You know, Big Punisher, you know, and you know, you hear to his rap though, he was straight, you know, from the Bronx and shit, you know, fucking badass freestyler and this and that though. But then he also knew too that he had to make a hit, so he came out with I'm Not a Player, I Just Crush a Lot, you know, and then that one, you know, he made that song and shit though, you know, so they know how to maneuver within like his gangster shit though, the niggas, and then the rap, the other hip hop shit for the women though, you know. But his brother was saying though, the music's dead though. Hip hop's dead, like it's dead. There ain't no feel good music anymore. Even the early 2000s, they had fucking Nelly, Ashanti, and you know what I'm saying though, those niggas be rapping and shit, and the chorus will be a girl and shit. You know, like now it's not even like that no more. Now they got these girls that are rappers now, like Megan Thee Stallion, like she's now considered chart though like top rapper now, and it's a fucking woman.
Yeah.
It's crazy though.
Rap about their pussy and shit.
Yeah, the WAP.
Yeah. Read that one again.
Which one?
21 and 11.
Luke 21 and 11. It says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven."
So next one is pestilences. And pestilence, it means diseases, you know. It means a plague, which is a disease. Mm-hmm. And look at all the plagues, all the diseases that have come already. Especially the CV-19.
Yeah, that was a pestilence that had everyone shook though.
A big pestilence.
It was. That's a dog, right? Or what is that?
I don't know.
Kind of looks like
a wolf.
Like a coyote, right?
So.
Yeah. And then I seen that there's gonna be a new strain of flu coming to California. How do you motherfuckers know this? How do you know a flu's coming to California?
And there's one called the highly contagious winter vomiting disease. It's called the winter vomiting disease.
Damn.
It says is surging across the country.
I wonder why.
And this was barely December 2nd. And it's called a norovirus that causes extreme vomiting is on the rise again. It says, nicknamed the winter vomiting disease, the highly contagious norovirus has arrived weeks ahead of expectation. It's surging cases of whooping cough.
I heard that one too.
Yeah.
That one too coming out though.
Whooping cough.
And that's dangerous for little babies though.
Spiking and the dangers of CV. The sickness could require medical attention or even hospitalization for immunocompromised people.
Mm-hmm. Especially that whooping cough though, man. You can't even breathe though when you have that cough. It's hella dangerous for babies though.
That's why your immune system has to be strong, you know?
Yeah. Imagine you have a week that's what the effect that happened when the C-19 hit though. Like the people their immune system weren't as strong though. So it fucked them up, man. You know? It fucked up people. I know a couple people that still can't taste to this day. You know? It fucked them up bad. I don't, you know, this, my brother-in-law, I think though, yeah, he could taste, but not, it's not the same no more.
It's crazy.
You know?
See how
the effect though. Because that's definitely a pestilence. You know?
So pestilence,
and also too, because what's that? Oh no, the plague though, plague, because the ICBM missile is also it's also called a plague though.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's a plague too.
That's a plague though, you know? That's gonna be the major
the
plague.
apostles were saying it too in the camp too.
That the plague being a plague?
Yeah.
And then like my daughter a couple weeks back though, she got this shit called the slap cheek disease. So it's pretty much a fever that doesn't go away for a couple weeks though. And you know what? So I get, her cheeks get red, right? Like if like someone slapped her cheeks, right? So she had like we didn't know what the fuck is it? You know what I mean? A woman, well, she got a fever, we know what to give her. So then this shit never went away. So when a week went by, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, usually the fever, 3-4 days, top 5 maybe, bad. But this shit never went away. So we had to take her though. And they said, oh, she has the slap cheek, the slap cheek though. And I'm like, what the fuck? My woman, like, what the fuck is that? It's like, you motherfuckers come out with this different type of shit though. Yeah, slap cheek disease. It's a fever that you get for a week or a couple weeks though. So it was like, what the fuck is this? So they prescribed us, the medicine and everything. But you know what? Actually, like, it literally took a couple days for this shit to go away. You know what it was? It was some different type of tea. I'm not gonna say what it is, right? But let's just say it was a tea, the herbs, right? That made that shit go away. There's medicines and shit and everything that you're giving her, and shit. That shit wasn't even helping them. You were just treating it, but it wasn't even curing it though. But what actually cured it was the special tea though, man. I don't want to say it though, but maybe I'll go into misinformation. But it was this tea though that made her sickness go away, bro. So but we had gone to the doctor just to see what the fuck it is though, and they told us it was that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, these pestilence, it's like this devil is bringing out these pestilence though to the people, man. Why? Because it's trying to kill the people.
And I think it says there's even plagues that are not written in this book, right?
What is it? Is it in Revelation that says that or no?
Yeah, I think it's in Revelation.
That it says that, right? Some out of the ordinary type of pestilence probably coming,
Yeah. There's all kinds of shit that we don't know about. Shit.
Esau in the lab though, the mad scientist cooking up some, some stuff up in there though, huh?
Yeah. Read that one again.
Luke 21:11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
So fearful sights and great signs in heaven. Right now, in heaven, we got the 3-1 Atlas.
Atlas, though, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. Big, huh? Just there, still, right?
Yep, still there.
Still there, huh? Mm-hmm.
Because,
can I get a precept while you're looking?
Yeah.
Because he said, faithful sights in heaven, right? And in Jeremiah. Because this is the thing, though. If you don't know what's going on in the heavens, though, which is the sky, right? People call it the sky, right? If you don't know what's going on, though, guess what? You're gonna be scared. You're gonna be like, what? Oh, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, right? But here's Jeremiah 10:1. It says, "Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." See? So this is not for you other nations, though. This is only for Israelites, though. Right? Because it's saying you Israelites, though. So you people of the chart, though, right? It's talking to you. It says, "Thus say the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." See? So if you're, of the elect, though, you're a spiritual person, you will understand those chariots, which is so-called, they call them UFOs. Those chariots, though, you're not supposed to be, like scared of them, though, because for Esau, and in Zechariah, the 5th chapter, I believe it talks about it being a curse to Esau, though, the chariots, though. But if you're the elect, though, guess what? Those are your salvation, though. So when you're face to face with well, not face to face, of course, but like face to a chariot, though, either that's gonna come to your destruction or your salvation, though. You know. So it says, "Be not dismayed, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, because they don't know what the hell it is, though. They always want to give you this propaganda of, oh, we don't know what that is. You know what I mean? Oh, we seen it, though. They're not, but now people got phones, though, where they can record these chariots, though, man. And they'll be like, hey, well, explain this, though. Explain what just happened right now. You know, I know it ain't one of your jet fighters. I know it ain't one of your special type of jets, because this object, which is to be a chariot, had lights, though, and it spin, though, and then 1 second it was here, and another second it's gone, though. Explain that. You know? So yeah, I was going with that.
Yeah, because it said that it's they're saying it's a unusual comet. You know,
They're calling it a comet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
unusual comet.
it's extremely fast. You know, it says it has traces of nickel. It's extremely fast, the highest velocity ever recorded for a solar system object, indicating billions of years in interstellar space.
Damn. Well, they said billions of years, which they're off, though, but it's just something that, see, the heathen, they're dismayed, though, because they don't know what that is. You know, so I'll look into that definition of dismay, though. Like, you know.
It has unusual amounts of carbon dioxide and nickel compounds and lack of typical iron. It says a distant jet of material pointing toward the sun rather than a broad tail composed mainly of CO2 and water.
Yeah.
So it's like it has like a jet, you know. It said a jet of material pointing towards the sun, and it's observed to glow green and then blue,
like a chariot does. It changes like different colors, though.
You know, those are the colors of Yahushua. You know.
Oh, look, as you can see, he's wearing
Yeah.
he's wearing that green, though.
Green.
I got that definition of dismay. You want me to get it?
Yeah.
It says, become or be alarmed, upset or frightened, to confound, break down the courage by danger or difficulty or fear of calamity, filled with despairing and apprehension. You're gonna be scared.
Because
or you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
They're looking at it like it's a threat.
Yeah.
You know.
Because it says frightened, though. When you're frightened, oh, look at you scared. You know.
You know, so it's like a scout. It's like they're watching. You know, they're just watching. You know, the angels are watching.
Yeah.
And they're giving us the sign. 144,000. They're giving us the sign. You know.
It says your salvation is nigh.
Yeah.
You know. And that's the thing, though, you know, because it tells you in Amos the 9th chapter, it talks about the eyes of the Lord on the sinful nation, and that's here in America, you know. So that's another precept too. Yeah, Amos the 9th chapter, when it talks about the eyes of the Lord are on a sinful nation, with the eyes are the angels, though, you know. And as you can be seeing, though, you be seeing them everywhere, though, you know. So you be seeing brothers in camp, though, right? There be a flock of chariots, though, in the sky, and they're like, oh, you know, all praise to Yahweh Shem Al Shai, though. You know what I'm saying, though? Because then with the other people would be like, what is that, though? You know, they wouldn't, you know what it is. They'd just be like, is that UFOs? No, they wouldn't understand what they would be, though. You know,
they'd be like aliens.
Aliens, though. Yeah.
I'll just get one more. Second Ezra's. Second Ezra 9:2.
Second Ezra 9?
Yeah.
9:2?
9:2.
Second Ezra 9:2, it says, Then thou understand that it is the very same time within the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time. So right now we're starting to understand that this is the time that the Most High, and His Son are visiting the world.
Definitely.
You know?
Can I get the next precept?
Yeah.
Because it says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Literally just seeing that.
Yep. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So He's going to return after all this time for what He created. You know, He's coming back to reclaim what He created. You know, this whole world, He left this whole world just to come back, you know, years
And claim it back.
in the future, just to come back for it.
Yeah, you know, Yahweh made it with the angels, you know, breaks it down in Genesis, the first chapter, you know, how they made everything, the elements, everything, though. And it's only right for them to come back, though, and claim it, right?
So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And I believe in the book of Ezra, too, it talks about He made the earth, though, for
the elect's sake?
Yeah, it was something like that, right? Right? Like for a lot though, but so like I've heard how it goes though. But I know the second Ezra that He made the earth though, or the world for only a few, you know, or something like that. You know, I can't think about that precept right now though. But I know it's in Ezra though. But see, there you go. So He made it only for a few. For everybody though. I mean, yeah, people, everybody, but it's only for a few though. That's gonna rule us, you know. Want me to keep going to 4 or?
Is that one too?
Because it says, Then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Since the beginning. Since this earth was, before it was created.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because even from the beginning. You see? Yeah. Oh, let me jump down to 6 though real quick. Unless you got something.
I was going to say 4.
Oh, 4? You want to get 4 again?
5.
Yeah, I'll keep reading everything. For like as all that made in the world had the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. It's being revealed right now.
It's finally
happening.
The end.
God. Finally though, the release though.
Like Yahweh said, you know, this is the end. Or He said, it is finished.
It is finished. Yeah. When He was on the cross, right? In 6 it says, Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. See? Like everything is right. Plain beginnings. Like everything has a beginning, right? And powerful works though, and endings and effects and signs. And signs. There you go. Again with the signs.
Before the ending happens, you're going to see the signs first.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep reading.
Yeah.
In 7 it says, And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. See? So it's about faith though.
Faith and works.
And works, yeah.
That's
So-
how you're going to escape.
So if you're someone that's trying to, you know, because you know how there's Israelite camps that keep all the commandments, you know what I mean? Keeping your commandments though, at the end time is not gonna save you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to be. Here is hell happening on earth, right? Or you know hell happening though, right? How are you gonna be trying to hold the, you know, try to keep all the laws and statutes and commandments? Though? Of course, we do it to the best of our ability though, but we know damn well faith is gonna help. Here you are trying to keep all the commandments, right, on America, right? And it's gonna get ICBM, the missile's gonna destroy this place, though. So it's like, so what's gonna save you? The law? You know what I'm saying? I'll hold the law of best of my ability, but nigga, okay, I understand, right? We try to the best of our ability, though. Us, though, right? But we still need the so-called we need the chariots to save us, because America's gonna get destroyed, either here or not. You know? You still need Yahweh Shai to save you, though. You know?
You can keep the law, but then what if you call on Jesus?
Right?
You're not gonna
Christ.
be saved.
Yeah, like IUIC, though, man.
Or you could keep the law and you could call on Yahweh Shai, but you don't have the right doctrine. You know?
Yeah, because you were saying, because why? Because you're prophesying with, out there with your hat on, like Sakari and Genesis. So that right there will exclude you from having a seat in the ship, though. Because you kept going out there with a fucking stupid hat on, though. Not just a hat, bro, a fitted hat.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing against the fitted hat, though. But because, we other brothers wear some too, though. But at the same time, you don't see me with a baseball cap, bro. A fucking Dodgers hat right here. You know what I'm saying, though? We're not out here with Dodger hats or San Francisco Giant hats, though. Or a fucking Raider hat out here prophesying, though.
That's like disrespecting the Lord.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, you, motherfucker, you will go into a church, though, and take your hat off, right? You know what I'm saying, though? You go to your mom's dinner table, and take your hat off, though. But when you're out here doing the work, like, you won't take your hat off, bro? Like, that's just weirdo, man. That's just stupid of me, though, you know? And then, like I said, that seat is not going to be reserved for you in the chariot, though. Just because, yeah, you might have, say Yahweh Shai, you so-called Negro, you might say the name, things like that, though. But because the fact that you were wearing a hat, though, out there in camp, though, that excluded you, man. So that's why we say Great Millstone has the doctrine, the true doctrine, man. You know? Because if it ain't Great Millstone, or the associates, though, of Great Millstone, or brothers that learn from Great Millstone, it's no good. It's no good. It's the, what they call it when something's like a package, though, and it falls, though. It's what's that word called? Defect. Not defect, what is it called? When like you have a package, though, and it falls, though, and it's like, this shit fell, or it's called with the defect or something like that, you know. But anyways, though, if you don't now learn from GMS, though, then you don't,
It's damaged.
Damage. There you go. Damage good. Damage good, though. There you go. Damage good.
It's damaged.
Right. Here you have this perfect box, though, right?
Can't sell it anymore.
Right. Yeah. You have this perfect ass box, though, and it fucking falls, though. It becomes damaged, though. You know? Even with the woman, too, man. With the woman and shit, if you weren't the first one, she's pretty much damaged goods, though. You might look good, though, but she she wasn't the, you didn't pop her, though, you know?
She's gonna be thinking about the guy who she was with.
Yeah.
When she's with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The first motherfucker that, popped the cherry, though, she's still gonna have in memories of dude, though, because that was her first guy. And you can't tell me, nah, not my woman, though. I'm not saying like, oh, everyone's woman's like that, but see, that was something special when you pop, a woman's cherry, though. Like, that was something special especially within a woman, though. You know what I mean? The women are more emotional attached, though. You see what I'm saying, though? So you wouldn't want to make a hoe your wife, though. She ran through the whole town of Hanford, Limor, and then you want to, oh yeah, y'all want to settle with that woman, though. Like, what? She went through like 100 niggas and shit, though. Now you want to be with her, though? It's that whole saying how it goes. She was never yours. It was just your turn. That old saying, though. You know?
So with that, you got anything else?
No, that was it, though.
With that, we hope it's edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camps for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Shalom.